Now, this is used for healing mostly, or?
This is a multidimensional aspect, so it works emotionally, mentally, spiritually, not just physically. If you're dealing with it from an intention standpoint, what occurs is that you direct the energy just like you do when you create anything else in your life. In other words, we all manifest, and we all came in this room. You had to intend to come in here first, and then your body followed. So when you look at it as a physical device only, you're really limiting it to the exposure of that intention. Whereas if you were looking at it from an emotional balance or a mental clarity or a spiritual connection, then you're going to maximize the potential because the frequencies are going to allow that within anyone's range of choices.
That's how healing works.
That's the way healing works. So it's really a self-healing aspect, not that these heal anything or cure anything. And that's very important because then we get out of the claim-making business and into the empowerment business. So if I can help you become empowered, then you don't need me at all. All you need is yourself. And that's far more courageous than trying to be codependent on someone else's equipment to fix you. That makes you a prisoner. It also makes you a victim. I don't want to make a victim, so I'm not a practitioner. What I am is an educator. And as an educator, now you take that education on your own consciousness and go explore the world. That's what we're here for, is to be creative, co-creative.
So it's a high voltage AC inside of the tubes, and then how does that act on intentions?
Well, the way these work is based on the permeability. In other words, if you have a low enough entry level but a high enough frequency, now you're going to have a value. The value is presented balanced harmonics with the tube structure. So the apparatus is not so much the base, that's just the transmitter. Okay? What this is the guts. In other words, the center tube is an air tube that has all the full spectrum of harmonics. And it's made out of crystal. So instead of making it out of glass, as others would do, okay, which would limit the amount of sending out those ionic frequencies, you get a full bandwidth. And that's the key. So we're not trying to isolate and kill. What we're trying to do is feed. And the feeding is the issue because we all want to have a higher resonance. And so at different levels, if you're looking at it from a cellular voltage standpoint, what you'll see is a higher pH because the higher pH is a direct result of higher voltage. So when you raise the negative millivolts, you go directly into more of a self-healing mode when you lay down. What you're doing right now is cognitive. And we're not interested in fighting your beta state because that's made to protect us and to keep us alive. But when you lay down, you get vulnerable. You go into a parasympathetic reboot, okay, which is our autonomic nervous system responding to self-healing, which is what we do every night, and that's to go to sleep.
It keeps us alive.
It keeps us alive. So we don't have to fix what isn't broken. What happens is that because of the low voltage, our immune systems become degenerated. And then the cells start to scream pain or disease. So as long as we maintain that higher profile, it self-resolves. Okay? We don't think about being well when we are well, because we just live with it. The only time you really think about it is when it's not. So you have to look at why is it not? Well, it's the voltage. So just raise the voltage and you're fine. If you wait too long, you get into a compromised position and you may lose your life. So now we're talking about emergency crisis rather than maintaining wellness. We're in the maintaining wellness business, not in the crisis business.
That's too late.
Okay? It's too late. Now you might get some, you know, some grace there, but the point is that it's about consciousness. Now that unit behind you is a yin unit. So what I want you to do is turn around and feel that unit. Tell me if you can feel a difference between the two. This is essential because what we're made up of in our interstitial nature is a negative and a positive. That light bulb up there doesn't work without a negative and a positive. We are not born without a negative and a positive. So what this fills is a gap that's tragically missing from our technology, typically. Why? Because the yin is not regarded as important as the yang.
Well, now, Aaron, if people wanted to learn more about this, do you have materials online that they could view, or?
Tesla Energy Lights is where you can find out about the quantum physics with Dr. Swanson. He's speaking on the subject as well as spirituality. Most people are interested in the medical profile, which we do not publish publicly, mainly because that would get us in trouble with the FDA, and we're not interested in non-compliance. So the best course of action is to communicate. We can be had at info@teslaenergylights.com.
TeslaEnergyLights.com.
Correct.
Okay.
And then that way we can supply more information like videos that are more specific and detailed that pertain to some issues that people may have. But we're not in the medical business, so we're just going to keep it really clean, and that way we stay alive. Okay?